Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and this little dinky unmanned ship is going to launch in 3, 2, 1, launch! It's a little bit slow off the pad, but he's got a couple 48-7S's here to help him get up in the air, and it's a pretty simple launch here. All this thing is destined to do is go up to our brand new International Space Station, Kerbal National Space Station, I think everybody likes to call it, and retrieve Starvin' Marvin and bring him back down for his major debrief so we can find out everything about Duna and Ike that he learned and get a whole bunch of money and close out a couple contracts, which is going to be awesome. So I will, I'll see you up in orbit. This thing's pretty boring. I'll show you the stack separation and then meet you up in orbit. Okay, and you'll notice this guy's almost out of fuel, and he's also almost in orbit. These are both on purpose. I wanted that the launch stage to basically get me into orbit so that I could use most of the orbital stage in orbit. Oddly enough. We're going to burn this guy up to about an 80 by 80, give or take, orbit here. 80 by 78, that's perfect. Okay, now, where is our space station? Named the Dumbbell. Yeah, we're completely under him, but we're very, very skewed compared to him. And that's because he has a bad orbit, not us. So I think we're going to actually switch over to the Dumbbell. And he's got 426 meters per second left in him. We're going to use those to, at least as much as possible, align our two guys together here. Let's go to the descending node, and we're going to burn north and a bit retrograde. There we go. 0 by 0. Pretty perfect on the circularity here. The new periapsis is 76. The new apoapsis is not present. There it is 102. So I guess, yeah, we want a decent amount more. Get those things to flip-ish. Now our descending node needs to, there we go. That's pretty much perfect right there. That is a 286 meter per second burn. Possibly one of the last burns this thing's ever going to do before it gets decommissioned and crashed. Kind of sad that it's staying up here because it is the only thing that's been to Duna that we're going to recover. The probe we brought back ended up being all destroyed. So really the first thing we're going to recover that's actually been to Duna is Starvin' Marvin. Which I suppose is appropriate. But we're not going to get any credit for returning a vessel that had been, you know, in orbit around Ike, I guess it would be. Well, we're going to get this guy in a nice 100 by 100 orbit. The idea being that that's an easy target to hit, generally. 104 by 102. Quite equatorial. And very nice. Okay, let's go back to our LKO and back. This guy, I should have him aimed perfectly north for now, just so his solar panels, at least one solar panel, stays in the sun at all times. And now we're just going to try to get a maneuver and jump forward in orbit until that maneuver actually gets us an encounter. That should get us within 3.8 kilometers. That's perfectly fine. The only problem is doing the burn here. Is that actually a possibility? Let's see what happens when we fast forward here. How much juice are we going to have when we get to here? And the answer is plenty. So now it's just a matter of getting to that point, and we will do that in a second. Okay, now we're going to waste some electricity getting aimed correctly, and 6, 5, 4. There we go. 4.2 is the best we're going to get. So I'm going to set a maneuver node up here merely so that I have a point of reference. I don't care about the actual maneuver node. There's our target there. And when we get to this maneuver node, then we're going to know that it's going to be time to start actually burning to encounter our target. And apparently I do orbital mechanics wrong because I did that on purpose because I thought that it was going to start going this way, but apparently it won't. So we're going to go this way. We're only going 22 meters per second relative to the target, and we only need a handful of meters per second to get back in the atmosphere, so that's not a big deal. 2 kilometers away. I think we can do this again here. We're only going 10 meters per second relative to the target. When we get about, say, 600 meters away, I'm going to hit the gas again here. Maybe 700. Whoops. Okay, we can see the dumbbell now. Just aiming myself retrograde so we can sidle up next to him. Noting that this guy's solar panels are no longer in the sun, although they seem to be at least a little bit in the sun. We're just going to sidle up next to this guy. He's going to aim at the ship, and then the ship is going to slow down for him. Yeah, this thing is unwieldy to say the best. I wish you had aim at target. I mean, you went to Dune and back. You'd think you'd have the ability to aim at a target by now. Go ahead and hold that. We're going to control from here. We are going to aim at this. We are going to get aimed like nya. Okay. We don't want to be going more than a couple decimeters per second here. Wow. Okay, we are going to thrust limit our engine. Okay, I think we might be better off just thrusting at the thing. And then just using brute force here to get it on. We're only going to 0.4 decimeters, and these are very tiny things. They are now connected. Starvin' Marvin is now a free man. Yeah, we have so many supplies up here. We'll probably bring somebody up here. Maybe we'll just bring somebody up to grab all the supplies out and maybe attach a parachute to this thing and then bring it back down. I don't know. But for now, where's the door? It's right here. We are going to transfer you into this so that when you eventually get there, you can EVA, because you can't EVA on the other ship. Then we're going to come over here and we are going to grab all this sweet, sweet science here. 39 data experiments. And I think we might have a contract for science around Kerbin. I'm going to verify that. I do know we have a survey contract. Oops. It's not clamber. It's B to get in. B to board. We do have a survey contract that I'm going to show you here. This is flying 1,800 meters over the ground. I think we're going to try to hit this, especially because it's sunrise now. So what we're going to do here is, let's actually get disconnected and everything. We have everything out of here. Everything is good. We are ready to decouple these guys. I almost want to leave this here, but it's not really worth anything. So let's go ahead and undock. Our computer's already on. Where are we in our orbit? We are over here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is when we get to here, we are going to burn a little bit south. What I want to do is I want to get this, I want to be coming in right over this thing. And then we're going to bring our periapsis down over here to about 20 kilometers. With the thought being, because we know 20 kilometers is safe, with the thought being that then we'll come in over here and we'll definitely be over 18 when we get to here, and we'll be able to take a crew report. So that's the plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's the plan. And we have, oh, I did all that with the other ship. I wish you could transfer maneuver nodes to another ship. Also, this guy filled up his fuel, which was a mistake. We're actually going to redock because I would like to transfer that fuel back because we only need a smidgen of fuel in this thing. Screw it. We'll fill up his tanks. It's a little bit annoying, but you know what? Why not just do it? We're never going to use this fuel. It's a spattering of fuel that doesn't matter, and then we can worry about this guy later. Okay, now let's undock him. And then reset up this maneuver node, because, you know, we're dumb. Unthrust limit this thing, and there we go. Actually go ahead and switch back to the station here while we're still in range and just delete this maneuver node because we don't care about it. And now we can take a crew report if we want to at any time. There's our sunrise. Here comes our thing here. We are now in the atmosphere, so it's officially okay to ditch this, and we're going to. I think we're also going to aim retrograde, and I think we're also going to try to keep the fuel tank. Why not? If we start to feel like it's causing a problem, we can ditch it. Now, as soon as we get over this spot, because a plane can easily get the other two parts of this contract, that's why I want to get this on re-entry. It's just, Starvin' Marvin, I know we've asked a lot of you, but we're asking this one more thing. Okay, we should be nearing it very soon here. So we are ready with our crew report any second now. Come on. Oh, seriously? We are in the sector. Bam! Got the contract. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and keep the data just for the fun of it. Let's turn our computer off so we get a little bit of aerodynamics going on here. There we go. Yeah, see, that's bad. As soon as the flames start, I'll start worrying about our orientation here. But it looks like it's starting to fix itself. Okay, here come the flames. Okay, I've turned on SAS just to keep us going in the straight direction here. I would just think that this fuel tank would be more aerodynamically front ways than not, but oh well. We're doing fine. If we start to see a temperature reading here, I'm going to hit the gas. But other than that, I'm just going to bring this thing down with me, and we'll see what the parachutes can do. Starvin' Marvin is super excited about coming home. He has spent a very long time in space. This is not even remotely close to how much time he's actually spent in space. Ended up being a very easy re-entry. Like all low Kerbal orbit re-entries are, if you take any measure of... And it looks like all we have to do is make sure that we're going under 10 meters per second when we hit the water, and we should be fine. Let's see what happens when the chute's open here. Slowed us down to 5. Yeah, see, we can easily bring this whole engine down. We don't even need to fire the engine on the way down. Marvin, are you ready to be the man? Bam! 2,159 science gained from all that Duna science. We also got a ton of contracts here. We got all the money back for this, but we don't really care about that. And Starvin' Marvin, 26 experience points. You are now level 3, which is awesome. Okay, what did we get for contracts? We gathered scientific data from Ike. We explored Ike. We gathered scientific data from Duna, and we explored Duna. We performed a visual survey of Kerbin, which is awesome, because we didn't have to do anything extra for that, which is cool. And we are ready to take some new contracts. Look at this. I definitely want to finish this Explore Visual Surveys of Kerbin, and it's due in a year and some change. So we're probably going to do that moderately quickly. We've also got some more things to do as far as the whatever you call them, the contracts to find things. So we might do this too. There's also something shiny on Duna, so we've got to go back to that. We've also now got the Explore Eve contract, which is cool. Oh, that sucks that Giuliana Kerman is in orbit of Duna. We could probably rescue her, but we really can't. But there's really nothing here that we can do right now. And by right now, I specifically mean things that involve being on Duna. Return to Kerbin from a flyby of Ike. We might as well accept that because it's going to happen eventually. So let's go ahead, and it expires in 6 days. Apparently it can never be lost. So let's go ahead and accept that. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, see, it never expires. That means it's a special contract that came from a contract pack somewhere. Okay, well, I'm bored now, so we're not going to look for any more contracts. Let's go ahead and take care of business here. We've got the Ike Fuel Driller and the Duna Rescue both heading to Duna. The storied story of the Ike Fuel Lifter. Well, he's got nothing to do until he gets to Duna. And then, of course, when he gets to Duna, he doesn't have enough fuel to do whatever he needs to do. Our goal number 1 is to get into orbit around Ike. With 300 meters per second, I don't think that's going to happen. Goal number 2 is to get into orbit around Duna in such a way that Ike won't send you flying out into space. Those are 2 goals. One of those should be possible. Actually, we'll guarantee one of them is possible. I just want the Ike one to be possible. We are in Duna's sphere of influence. We have a Duna intercept. Our periapsis is 28, which is too low. So we are going to expend a tiny bit of fuel to burn inward. 22.6. I'm going to live with that. Oh, look at that. We just flew right by Ike there. Got plenty of power, which is good, because that would really suck if the fact that my solar panels were completely not facing the sun had caused them to... this guy to run out of power. Okay, but we are going to aim prograde here. If we could control this ship at all. Oh, I'm using the wrong keys. That would explain why I can't control the ship at all. Now we're going to aim prograde. Actually, we're going to aim a little bit higher than prograde. I guess we'll aim prograde. Okay, we're going to delete this maneuver node. We're going to speed up until we hit the atmosphere. Then we're going to hit backspace to close all the solar panels. Then we're going to turn off SAS so we don't waste a bunch of power trying to hold our heading when we don't care. And this should aerobrake us down to roughly Duna height. Or, sorry, roughly Ike height. And it's much worse than Ike height. Part of me wants to just let this thing die. Gonna burn down until I have 200 meters per second left. There we go. Now we're just gonna fast forward ideally until we are out of the atmosphere. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, so we're gonna burn more. We're gonna get our apoapsis up to 200. There we go. I think we're going to run out of gas. Just going to use... We can't use all of our gas because we have to bring our apoapsis up. What's our... I think we're going to be fine now. Oh, no, we're not. Where? How deep are... Oh, yeah, we're dead. Okay, 22 was too low. This guy is dead. Fitting into this garbagey thing. And not only that, but not only is he dead, but we never got the flyby of Ike. So technically we won that contract when we shouldn't have. I'm going to be going to Ike and Duna enough times. I still have to plant a flag on Ike that I will eventually get that contract. Let's deploy our drill just for the fun of it. An oh-so-fitting end to an oh-so-fitting failure of a mission. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, Duna Rescue, you be better. Okie doke, I'm a little bit worried about this ship now that I'm looking at it. I am almost positive that I miscalculated. And I can't get back to Kerbin. I think this ship only has enough fuel to get off the surface of Duna, back into Duna orbit. We'll find out when the time comes, but I'm going to be very mad if I have to bring up yet another rescue ship for these guys. Especially because these guys don't have a docking port, so I will have to bring up a rescue ship with a claw. Oi, 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 oi. Let's go ahead and rally on regardless. Okay, you, obviously 22 was too low. So I think we're going to try to go for, say, 30. We're going to get a periapsis of 30. 31. We're going to try that. So now ideally we're going to aero brake without dying here. Okay, this was obviously too high. Just burning my apoapsis down so it's less than 0. Yeah, let's use our fuel to actually get this thing down. Okay, he is now out of fuel, so never mind about using this for anything. We can't ditch it, though. I just realized we can't ditch it because if we do, we lose the probe core. I am a genius. A genius, I say. Yeah, you guys are going to be stuck on the surface for a little while longer. What we're going to do here is we're going to add a maneuver here to get our periapsis above Duna. And then we are going to transfer all the fuel in this guy into here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy into orbit, and then we're going to come back with a better with fuel. We need fuel, obviously. See, here's why we need to set up the fueling station on Ike, is specifically for when I screw up like this, and I just need more fuel to do what I want to do. But let's go ahead and get this thing in orbit so that it won't ever hit Ike or come back into Duna's atmosphere. And then we're going to use some more fuel to bring us down at least a little bit. There we go. Okay. Failure number 2 or 3 or whatever it is of this episode. Just this episode. I'm not counting the whole space program. This is like failure number 8 billion of the space program. But, yeah, I think we're going to leave it here. Where's Ike? Ike is over there. If we wait, yeah, I think we're gonna fast forward a bit here. Let Ike rise. There we go. This will be the screenshot for the episode. Make it look all triumphant. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I don't know what my problem is. I'm spacing out probably. I am HMV and I will, as always, talk at you later.